So I was just censored for saying that I believe that Americans are pretty stupid when they go to war without any actual proof of what the war is about. Just taking news media as clean truth facts. And even before when these things happened, like seeing the Iraq war, that we were brought into a war that we just didn't understand because it was being played on both sides. And just like everything else from 9/11 on, it's just been lies to the American people, and we're not given even the level of knowing the whole truth and nothing but the truth in it. And so now we're learning about these truths, and we're being deemed as people that, well, when people were soldiers, for an example, that they were telling us that these things that we're coming out with aren't true. But they are. They're staging the whole coup that's being played out over Americans' lives. And now we are the people that speak out about these things. Well, we get censored, and obviously worse things going on within covert psychological warfare over us. And then people don't understand what it's like to deal with these narcissists. And like when you're calling out a malignant narcissist for who they are, it's just as such that we're supposed to be like blinded by their own devastation that they themselves could have played a part in, and like even to the point of poisoning us. And then people aren't even understanding a thing about what we're out here doing and what we're up against and like what we're trying to put together. Because you see, people end up in worse places because of the truth not being recognized as truth. And even if it is recognized as truth, there's people who aren't allowing us to become journalists, or doing these journalists really badly, that have proof with undeniable evidence as to how these stories are taking place within their lives. And I mean, it's women and men journalists all over the place that are being subjugated to crimes because they don't want people to speak out. They don't want people to be able to get to their truths and to be able to secure their truths. And the fact of the matter is that we should have the right to come out and talk about these things without being censored, and especially when it has to do with their lives and they're at stake. And so we aren't even allowed to our own secure private lives to come out to suggest that anything happening to us is through foul play, and that it's being worked over our lives. And then for the last 15 years of my life, it's been a flat out war on me. And so I want to get called out to my ministry. I want to get called out to be able to work in this way, because I have to get myself out there to be heard, to where it makes sense that what I'm saying is true, and not just taking what I'm saying and what I'm doing is just somebody else like not having the right to come out here. It's just another case of distress that they see has been created over by themselves or however it's set. And we're being unseen in the actual sentiments that we're being forced onto or brought into, or just rather constricted. And it forces you into a way of life. Well, you go through that way of life because that's the only life that you're being given. But you yourself knows that you are 0%. You might have been able to grind to thinking that you're 100%, or thinking that you could get to 100%. But as soon as you're thinking that way, that's when these psychological warfare tactics happen. And it's just to rip you away from ever being able to be you, yourself, as like an original person, and not the psychological part, or like how people want to just tell us that we're not, that we don't have the points that we're trying to bring out. We don't have the truth, or like, they're not allowing us to our own truth, even if it's, per se, like we're just talking about it and trying to discover the truth. I believe that we have the right to speculate when the cases that are staged up against us are like a whole heartless coup over our whole lives. To be able to ever reach discovery, or to be able to ever just be ourselves, be left alone. And I'm not given that part of decision there. And it's been taking over my life, my abilities. And it's hacked me and mismanaged me to the point where I can't even live to a little 1% of what my own worth feels like it could be. And that has to be recognized as such. Because if that isn't recognized, it's just looked at as though I'm wrong. It's looked at as it is a mental health situation, and it's just looked at all together as if whoever I'm living like is the actual me versus the me that's been fighting non-stop battles to try and get out from under, and then just when I am able to get out from under, more attacks come up, and then this attack happens, and it's just like, what the? How do I even have the right to my own life to fight? I have the right to fight this covert psychological warfare in my life, and not knowing for so long where the fuck it's been coming from, that it's taken me a long time to reach discovery. And I thought that it would be one where it would matter to one police officer, or where it would matter to one place that suggests the ability to help in the given crisis that I'm staged up in. But that's what it is. I'm being staged up in this covert spiritual warfare, and that's exactly what it is. It's organized crime. It's a criminal matter to take my life. And I just think that's as easy as, like, looking at the circumstances of what my life has been like and deciding, yeah, this kid's been fucking through hell trying to crawl up from under, and then truth be told, I don't even want it anymore if it can't be recognized for exactly what it is, not skipping around facts or moving around the goalposts, because if I can't hone in on my own truth, or be allowed to speculate what's been going on in my life to reach discovery, well, that's not giving me the accountability of my own body, my own mind, my own eyes, my own senses. All I have is my senses to feel out the world around me and to make decisions based on that. And so if I'm not allowed to just that in and of itself, I don't know how to move. But if it's like I say what I basically just said here on Facebook, and I'm being censored for it, I don't see that that's right. I don't see that's a right to silence me, given the extremities of my situation. And I'm in my second online personification now. And it's like, it's not even very long. It's like maybe a year. I don't even think it's been a year that I've had come out here to try and gain back my life. But if I can't get to the bottom of these things, and these systems don't care about us and whatever, it's really hard. It's really hard. Because I just wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for these people moving on me like that. And they absolutely need to be found out about for who they are. I know that God will do a fantastic job of that, but I have no problems there. I just feel that as far as where these people have moved to, it's to suggest that they have stuff to hide. They have stuff to keep moving away from your life as far as like you reaching discovery. And then they're there as well, just moving around the goalposts for their own circumstances. And I just don't know how to move anymore. I'm tired as all get out. I don't deserve this. I deserved, like, Just being able to get out there and put my life together without all of this. So, that's all for this message. I hope that I really find some supporters who can actually help me, like, retrieve, like, just the amount of money that Kamala Harris pays for, like, a dinner of alcohol. I could do a lot of changes with just that amount of money, but a donation. I don't understand after 15 years why I can't get a fucking single donation to a real formidable cause in my own life. I don't get it. There's billions of dollars sitting in charity right now, offshore accounts even. Why can't I get one of those billions? Or why can't I get 1 million? Or why can't I even get, like, a little $5,000 or something? Like, why can't I get something? I'm not giving anything, though. I've reached out to charities. I've reached out to the news. I've reached out to everywhere that I could reach out to try and help me in certain situations that are coming up in my life. I'm just not allowed, basically. Not allowed to my own voice. I'm not allowed to my own words that can come out of my voice. I'm not allowed to what I see in my eyes. I'm not allowed to what I sense is going on in my reality. I'm not even allowed to hear, say you're within an earshot away from some of these abusive attacks. I'm not even allowed to my own ability to reason through what I hear that these are meant to stage you up for that warfare, psychological warfare, or whatever. Stage you up to steal away your love life, and I don't have any privacy. He's coming to my own home. I don't know does he have something in my own home that's listening to me 24/7? I don't know these things. But with the way he's moved, I wouldn't put it past him. I just think that I have the right to speculate, given the circumstance that he's, like, taking my life away from me. And he almost did. And then it's like, oh, you have a mental health crisis. Okay, well, I just don't agree. I don't agree because if I have to go into a place being in the kind of situation I'm in, then it's just to constrict me. And I don't want to be touched up by people anymore. I don't want to be forced into places I shouldn't have to go to for help, and if there's the help that's actually out there that wants to help me, well, then why can't they come to me? Or why can't, if it's a psych evaluation, why can't I do that online? I don't want to go to a place that's just going to be, like, moving around the goalposts with whatever I say to put me in an involuntary commitment and then just get my life ripped apart. I'm sorry if that doesn't make sense to anybody, but that's what I think it's a legitimate fear based on the fact that last time these things happened, there was an old lady in there being raped, and then the psychiatrist was like, who are you going to get to listen to you? I don't know, but I sure as hell will try. I sure as hell will try. You don't get to do this stuff to people. It's wrong. It's flat out wrong. And then, like, leaving, it was, like, said, like, because I wasn't supposed to leave, according to them. She said that if she could have held me there, I would have been there another 6 months at least, to a year, and I think she said, like, even that she would want to hold me there for 5 years or some shit like that. I don't remember. A year at least, I think it was. And, I don't know, I just feel like it's absolutely rapey. And then to suggest that no one's going to listen to me based on the circumstances that I've been faced up with. I've been scared to come out and talk about these things in the first place because of what can happen. You know, like what has happened in my life. That's just to the point I'm at now. I just don't really care because, I mean, I said that, well, it was like good luck getting anyone to listen to you. And I'm like, okay, well, yeah, I'll take that good luck. In Jesus Christ's name. I need a lot of it. Luck. As far as that's concerned. So that's the way I've taken things. And I do pray in that way. And the reason I'm able to open up about this stuff online is because my prayers have been my prayers have been covertly mismanaged in and of itself. And so I can't take my prayers to behind closed doors and the way the Bible is telling me to take them, because I'm never allowed to that. And then just when I'm doing it and doing my own prayers in that way, it's not like it matters to anyone else what's going on in my life but me. Like, I want to be a millionaire. I want to be a millionaire, and I want to be able to fight these things, and I want to be able to do these systemic changes. I at least want to try. I at least want to get my website together. I at least want to get those business cards and get out there and help people. Help people get off drugs. I want to help people. I want to help people see that it's not who they actually are. And hopefully I know that there's people out there that know these things. They just don't care anymore. I want to get them to care again. Like, they threw in the towel a long time ago, and ever since they threw in the towel, it's just made sense that they did. Or like, well, I wouldn't have been able to do this, that, and the other, and if I tried to do this, that, and the other, who knows, I might have ended up dead. So people are choosing to be alive, and if choosing to be alive ends up they're on drugs, well, that's not who they are. That's not their original form. Ugh. It's just such a disheartening thing, you guys. It is such a disheartening thing to be spread thin by this covert attack in the first place, and then when I'm coming to find out where it's exactly coming from, no, it's not even a criminal matter. Or, did I get a police report in? What even happens? What even happened? I don't know. I just think that it's just bad. It's just bad news bears for me. And I just don't want it anymore. If I can't get somebody to actually put something together for me to actually help me in this blight that I've been faced up with, like I said, I already feel like I've worked the man hours of a 90-year-old man. And I'm still willing to work. I would have still been willing to work. I just can't be willing to work on top of, oh, someone's going to get a chemical on your fucking head, and it seeps in, breaks into your blood, breaks through the blood-brain barrier, and goes to your heart in a matter of minutes, seconds to minutes. And then the fullness of the effect doesn't take very long to happen. And you're just left to die, I guess. No one ever gets to know anything of the truth, and you just die. How's that fair? How is there any even ability for the system to even tell me that it has the ability to protect me in this? It seems to me like they don't care. If it was like someone was plotting to murder one of their own, or their daughter or their son, oh, you can sure as well bet that there'd be a fucking fight for them. But then when it's me, it's just ignored. I'm being eradicated, and it's fucking scary. And it's sad.